A Podcast Reborn does contain mature language and will contain spoilers for major significant parts of the MSQ, especially patch 6.3. You have been warned. Enjoy the show. From the many realms of Atheris to the distant reaches of the 13th via the magic of podcasting, this is episode 33 of A Podcast Reborn, a show celebrating our journey in the past, present, and possible future of Final Fantasy XIV. This episode is being recorded on Sunday, March 19th of 2023. My name is Brian Black, otherwise known as Ro. With me, as usual, for this month, are three wonderful co-hosts. One's a guest co-host, but he's practically a co-host now anyhow. But first off, we have a young old man who recently lost his beard and honestly would like to do nothing more than raid an ancient buried wizard tower. Sadly, because he readied his razor, shaved, and then tweeted about said shaving accident. According to Pathfinder rules, he's used all three actions. Hi, Brandon.
Oh, wow. You comboed it. Good job. Yes, I have inadvertently had to shave my beard off because I'm an idiot. Let's not talk about that. But here's what I do want to talk about. Did you guys know we finally know the real reason the Eden Primals look so different? Yeah, they strayed too far from the source material.
Oh. 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 Some look better though. Some look better. I gotta say the upgraded Titan. That's my jam.
Yes. I'm a fan. I actually like the looks of almost all of the Eden Primals compared to the OG versions.
I'm a fan of the, Warrior of Light has brain rot. That's why all the primals look so goofy theory.
Right. Those other voices, of course, from episode 32, and into this one here to continue our March Madness is Ward. Hi, Ward.
Howdy. And I am the cat dad of the Butterscotch Brigade, and so right now I actually do have a small cat licking my fingers.
Aww.
or biting them.
Now
or
she's biting.
Now she's
Yeah.
biting.
You talked about me, chomp.
And last but certainly not least, our resident cat mom and chaos gremlin and advanced filtration system today, who will be representing this podcast in Las Vegas at FanFest later this year with Ward, thanks to the blessing of RNG. Hi, Meagan.
Hello. I'm still sad that you guys are not coming. I tried really hard to, do the regular sign up. Ward is the one who got the email special tickets.
Lottery.
The lottery, I did not. And then during the day that they put the sale on, we were me and Brandon were on Discord and we we're posting the picture of the little man getting closer to the front. And I got close to the front, but I didn't make it. I wish you guys were coming because I remember, Ro, we have met previously at a BlizzCon, and it would be really cool to meet again at FanFest. It would be full circle. But, I am looking forward.
Wants to punch in the face.
Well, I want you to be there too. I just haven't met you before.
Yeah, so you can punch me in the face.
Well, it will be gentle. Don't worry. Very soft punching. Oh my god, what? Oh yeah, and as far as the freaking filtration system, so I'm trying to get in shape for FanFest, which let's just remember that my current shape is literal dough. That
it's also a shape.
It is a shape. Round is a shape, and I want to be able to run around all weekend and stay up late and do all this stuff. So I've been trying to stay hydrated more in between my, to me extreme, but truthfully very mild exercise. I just have to pee all the time. I'm literally, I'm a filtration system. Water go in, water go out. What I get out of it, I don't freaking know. Sweat, that's what happens. I turn water into sweat and pee. That's my life now.
I'd have to say I've probably been in my best shape by my second BlizzCon visit, because the first one I started because oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of people who I know are good to know me and stuff like that. And so there's that anxiety and panic that made me change some of my habits and stuff. And then the second one, I was probably at the thinnest that I've been at more or less in my entire life. Were I to have gone to FanFest this year, I would probably try to get in better shape for it, but I put on some pounds.
Yeah. Me and Ward had a phase in our mid-20s when we got really fit, and we did go to a BlizzCon super fit. I remember that. But I also remember that because I had lost so much weight that I just froze. I was so cold the entire time at BlizzCon. I really hope the Las Vegas Convention Center does not put the temperature at sub-zero quite like the Anaheim Convention Center does, because Jesus Christ.
I do think, though, that any nerd convention, they have to turn the AC all the way up because they really don't want anybody sweating. Like, not even a little bit of sweat.
No. I do hate sweating, so maybe that'll be nice. But, well, we have a secret cosplay plan. I don't know how secret it is, but it should be pretty warm. We've decided that we are going to make, as best we can, the casual attire outfits. So we're literally going to be wearing, like, big sweatshirts.
It's going to be Friday, so it's like a casual Friday. There we go.
Yeah, that's our plan. We're cosplaying, yeah! Jump up there with, like, some super elaborate armor cosplay and just be like, yeah!
I'm going to do my best meteor stubble for that day. That'll be great.
That's the thing. I'm like, do I make it right now? So that's the plan. It's super cash, and be gremlins.
Well,
I'm sure we'll record something while we're there. We'll be like, maybe we can do like we'll call into the show from.
I'm already hard at work with Bonus Roll Productions to get you your exclusive interview with Yoshi P.
Oh my god!
I'm working on that really hard right now because
so much pressure.
See,
why would Yoshi P? Why would Yoshi P turn down an interview with a Podcast Reborn? Hello.
Oh my god! Boy. So at BlizzCon, we run into like devs before. Like we ran into Metzen one time. Hilariously, I was at the back of the line waiting to like ask a question to Metzen, and then I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around, there's Metzen standing right there, and he's like, "Hey, what's the slide for?" And I'm like, "To ask you a question." And he's like, "Oh shit!" And I ran off.
Oh man!
And so I didn't get a picture. I didn't get anything, but it was very funny.
You did get a story that one day Metzen touched your shoulder.
Yeah, Metzen did touch my shoulder. So that was very funny. Oh man, and I ended up not getting to the front of the line because I was at the back of the line, so I didn't even get to ask him my question.
Yep.
But I don't even remember what
you had him there.
I know. I don't even remember what I wanted to ask. It was so long ago. But I took 1 year of Japanese, so I can like ask for a picture. So that's about the extent of it.
It's more than I know for sure. All right. Well, we do have some business to take care of. Now, I think I originally said at the end of episode 32 that we might be talking about 635 this one. And we've decided it's still March, so we're going to finish up our Waifu Wars Husbando. You see, Waifu Wars has that alliteration. What would you call the Husbando conflict?
The Husbando Hubbub.
Or that Husbando Hubbub?
Or Hullabaloo, that works too.
Hullabaloo is pretty good.
Husbando Hullabaloo.
Okay, Husbando Hullabaloo, I will go with it. So we're going to take care of our Husbando Hullabaloo. We've, same thing, gave everyone the chance to tell me their top 10 Husbandos, all rated on a point system. Yes, Brandon, they are rated correctly for your picks. I did pay attention this time. And then eliminated it to the top 16 scores, seeded them, going to have a single elimination where the first seed's probably going to go all the way if I'm not mistaken. But this time, I'm not going to say how they're seated, and I'm not going to do it in the same order of seating as I did last time. So I'm going to leave a little bit of mystery to this. So it may not necessarily be clear who's first seed and who's not. And I'll mention it at the end, just to have a little more fun with this. As for our 635 talk, if we talk a little bit about 635 here and there, you might hear it. So possibility for spoilers, but probably not. Next episode, we will talk plenty about 635. So if you haven't done Loporrit Quest yet, if you haven't done Eureka Orthos, or if you've yet to begin the hellish grind, that is the second phase of the Manderville weapons. And trust me, I know it's a hellish grind, and there's a lot to get through there. You have plenty of time to get that done before we talk about every single bit of that quest line. Okay, with that said, let's talk about Husbandos. All right, our first matchup. First, I should mention the honorable mentions that will not be in the top 16 here. But
yeah, I'm curious.
Hildebrand will not be in.
Man.
Deserved.
Gentlemen of Light, come on.
I'm surprised nobody else picked. Yeah, I didn't, but I thought one of the units would have.
Hildebrand is to be endured, not enjoyed.
Oh my god, I thought you liked Hildebrand.
No, I don't know why they do that in person.
A surprising thing to me, Raoban not making it.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to put him in my top 10, but there was too many other better candidates.
Mm-hmm.
He'd make you feel so safe with his one beefy arm. In case you're curious, who put him on their list?
Speaking of surprises to me, Brandon Stunt Devil Godbert Manderville, not in it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, you could do worse.
You could.
Yeah. Do you know why he's not on my top 10 list? Because I have a healthy fear of Julian Manderville. That's why.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Okay. I would like to think that there were some, Manderville mistresses, but no longer.
X-Rune did not make it from the Red Mage questline.
Is that how we pronounce it? I've always called him Zerhoon.
I'm just saying X-Rune because I
feel bad I forgot about him. I'm sorry.
He's a fancy cat.
He's a great cat boy.
He's one of the few Mikote males I don't hate.
Wow.
I like him a lot. I'm sad I forgot him. Also, he's so fancy and handsome.
Manelian was given a vote by someone, did not make it. I think that was one of Ward's picks.
Wait, Emelian Fortons?
Emelian?
Or however the hell you pronounce that? I don't know.
Yes.
The derpy one?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
He's so sweet.
He's so stupid.
Oh, okay. But in that cute, lovable kind of way? Where it's you know exactly what he's doing at all times. He's off there flirting. He's off there eating good foods, getting in rambunctious arguments with some angry pirate. Excellent.
The best. One of the best moments of Heaven's Words MSQ was when Thancred decked him.
And the last honorable mention here, barely not making it. Basically, by a nose here, Hien.
Why doesn't anybody else like my handsome samurai husbando?
Ward put him at the bottom of his list.
I wanted to put him on here, but again, too many people ahead of him.
He's so hot, though. He's pure aesthetics. Hien is up there.
He's nice. He's a nice boy.
He's a nice boy, but he's very hot. Damn. I think as far as pure aesthetics, only Emmerich beats him.
I'll give you that he is conventionally handsome, but there is a moment during the Stormblood MSQ that kind of drops him down in my estimation, and that's his absolute abject refusal to do anything about the man who abused Yatsuyu.
Yeah, well, he was having a tough time, man. He was like, I don't want to make decisions because everybody gets mad at me when I do. It's like, well, bud, welcome to being king.
Yeah.
He would have had a nice life just living out there with the Zayla. Poor guy.
Honestly, for me, I think Hien not making it is just partially a result of me forgetting it. It's almost like the problem with Vana, like how Ward completely forgot about Vana. I completely forgot about Hien, and had the name been tossed to me, Hien might have snuck into my list and got in. But sadly, I'm going by the points as they stand here. So Hien barely misses out on it. I almost feel like I need to have like a play-in round like they do in the March Madness now, where you try to have the 16th and 7th
the wild card in there, yeah.
So what you're telling me is he in? He ain't.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. And you see that was all done for setup for that joke. No, it wasn't. But good. All right, let's move.
We're friends for a long time, but not to that level, unfortunately.
Our first round begins, and I'm just going to choose a random matchup here rather than going down the list in order that I did last time. So our first matchup is going to be from Shadowbringers. You know him, you love him, Ardbert.
Ooh.
And on the other side of the bracket here, hailing from Final Fantasy 14 and almost every other numbered Final Fantasy in the world by name, Sid.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no. Oh. I'm not into Sid.
I have to be there. I mean, he's
got weird uncle vibes. I don't know how else to put it. And not in a good way.
I know he's supposed to be young with the white hair, and it's just like
it's the beard. If they took the beard off him, it wouldn't be so bad. I don't know. Plus, I'm also like, I cannot get in the way of the true love story that is Sid and Nero.
Oh man!
Didn't we just talk about last week how the true love story was between Sid and Makoto?
No, she loves him, but he loves Nero. It's
okay, fair enough.
We know how Nero feels, but it could be a true love triangle if he liked Makoto, but no. Sid and Nero are already married.
They're work married.
Yeah. No, they're real married. They just hide it from everybody because Sid's embarrassed. Can't admit it. Can't be like, yes, I'm in love with this spindly-legged douchebag.
And I guess from my point of view, man, this matchup is rough because I'm the one who picks Sid, and I'm the only one who picks. But when matched up against Ardbert, I can't even pick Sid in this matchup because Ardbert, man, he was our guy through all of Shadowbringers, and I'm sorry that scene at the end of Shadowbringers, man, it's like if you had
a tragic hero,
yeah, and also just the history of Ardbert going all the way back to the Heavensward post MSQ stuff. That's when he first showed up with the Warriors of Darkness, right? Was right after Heavensward MSQ. So a lot of history there. Of course, Sid has a hell of a lot of history too. I mean, Sid was present in 1.0. I wasn't playing back then, but yeah, it's Ardbert's just the more compelling character of the two, and there's still Ardbert tugs at emotions when I think about certain memories of certain cutscenes like that. One of the most emotional cutscenes for me, a cutscene that unashamedly brought tears to my eyes, is when Ardbert, I forget the name of the creature, but Ardbert's friend, the Mount.
You're talking about Seto.
Yes, Seto. Damn it! Thank you. When Ardbert speaks to Seto through you,
Yeah. See, Ardbert's the full Husbando package. He's handsome, he has a tragic backstory, and you have a special spiritual connection with him. And also you can write all kinds of freaky fan fiction where he visits you in your dreams. And also, he's always in your heart now. He's a part of you.
All right, I'm going to throw a protest vote Sid's way based on two things.
My God.
Number one.
A contrarian?
Possibly. But number one, if we do pick Ardbert, we have to face the wrath of Lamit, and no thank you. She scares me. Number 2.
She never snuck into our room.
True. Number 2, depending on how you look at it, Arbert is kind of partly you.
Self-cessed, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
That's a feature, not a bug, sir.
I mean, narcissism is a thing.
Okay, like what do you call your ultimate romantic partner? Your soulmate. Arbert is literally your soulmate. He is part of your soul that you mate with. There we go.
Oh boy!
Oh, wow.
Those kisses.
So yeah, I know I'm losing, but my vote goes to Sid.
Yeah, so pretty clear. I'm Ardbert. He's for Sid, and then Ward. You're
That's
all the way for Ardbert.
Yeah. Oh yeah, even if he's meteor light, he's Ardbert.
Also, he had really good voice acting.
He did.
Yeah, I'll give him that much.
Did.
Amazing.
Okay, Ardbert advances. Next one. This is going to be kind of an interesting one. We have Urianger.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Huh?
All right.
Going up against Estinian.
Oh, I don't like either of them. What?
Wait, what?
No. Okay, Estinian is stinky, and also, like, he's clearly a dragon fucker. We're never going to be number one for Estinian. Also, I ship Estinian with Vritra, so I don't want to get in between that. And Urianger, I don't know. He's just such a non-sexual entity to me. Like, he's like such a sweet, goofy, lovable dude that people are like, here's my hot Urianger fan art. I'm like, could you not? I don't want to. It's like seeing your brother or something, you know, like, this is my goofy buddy who is adorable.
It's never declared in the game, right? But I almost feel like if anyone amongst the Scions, like, if you could say anyone amongst the Scions was non-binary, he's like the closest. He has the most non-binary vibe.
Yeah. I would say he reads as ace, but not aromantic. I think he's still romantic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Urianger as a character. He's one of my favorite Scions. I love reading his storylines. I love his just ridiculous dialogue so much. But like, not Husbando. No, sir. Unless I was marrying him to gain citizenship or something.
Oh my god! Not even like a platonic Husbando.
Yeah.
No, like, no.
I refuse to beard.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Look, I guess I have to vote for Estinian because at least I can imagine him banging something. I can see a picture of Estinian with his shirt off and be like, okay, all right, that's fine.
What about the tight pants? The tight leather pants?
He's got no booty. Our poor boy.
Does anybody in this game have a booty?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have. Oh my god, have you seen the Vieira booties?
Okay, fair enough. Do any dudes in this game have a booty then?
The male Vieiras?
I should have known I was walking into that one.
They have butt cleavage. There's come on. All right. So I'm gonna vote. My vote's for Estinian, just because his Catholic boy sexual hang-up angst is a shit ton of his character. But also, I would not want to waifu him like at all. Like, you're smelly. Go back to your dragons.
I want to hear Brandon's vote next and then Ward's because I think Ward has the toughest choice to make of all. But I want to hear Brandon's.
For me, I ranked him above Urianger in the top 10 list, so it's going to have to be Estinian. Urianger, I feel like I'd be spending way too much time going, wait, what exactly did you just say? I didn't quite grasp all of that.
Oh,
I will give Urianger.
You just spend more time at the Ren Fair, my dude.
No, thank you. I go once a year. That's plenty for me.
Oh my gosh. I was basically raised at the Ride Fair. My mom loved it, so maybe that's why I'm like, Urianger, you remind me of family.
I will say this: Urianger got one hell of a glow up come Shadowbringers.
Oh,
Definitely.
That new outfit definitely did him a lot of favors because the potato sack sure as hell wasn't.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's something about Estinian's just kind of like very. I don't want to say blunt. It's like he's very just down to earth, very, tells you like it is. Something about that demeanor. I don't know. I really appreciate that in the guy. And also, Urianger has kind of lied to me for my own quote unquote benefit twice now, and nearly did it again with the bunnies before he realized, oh, wait, I shouldn't do this. I'm going to piss all my friends off again.
Untrusty.
So,
That's not someone you want to husband. But I will say, I think Estinian has had the sexier character development. Because he went from like dark and broody to like opening up a little, and that is like fangirl catnip.
Yeah.
He's got the secret thing going on,
So I'm going to throw it to Estinian. He's definitely not my number one Ellison choice, but in this matchup, he wins.
Ward, do you lock it in for Estinian, or are you gonna?
I have to lock it in for my Dragoon buddy.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's like you get to see all the times that he's opened up and matured from being the gruff standoffish guy who literally just grabbed a bunch of Dragon Balls and ran off when you're doing the Dragoon quests. And then you actually get to see him develop and like open up to Ysael. And then you get to see like how he has to face this big wider world after leaving the Dragon's-Tongue War behind, and like what that means to him as a person to like mature. Also, he's just really hot. So there's that too.
Mm-hmm. I will say out of the two. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll say it's unanimous because Estinian made it to my list, although not too high. Urianger did not, mainly because of a fact that you had brought up there. He's literally lied to me a couple of times, and I don't know if I can deal with a husbando that I can't.
Hear him kind of breaking up.
Yeah, I do. I hear him breaking up.
That was weird.
You heard me breaking up?
Yeah, you sound like a robot.
You got a robot.
Well, then I will edit that part out, and I will try repeating this again, and hopefully I come through.
Okay.
So, personally, for me, I will have to say it's Estinian for me, which will make it unanimous. Partly for the reason that was mentioned earlier about Urianger. Urianger wasn't on my list. Urianger literally lied to my character a couple of times. Estinian has the brooding thing going for him, I don't think he'd be on my list if we were in Heaven's Ward right now, but seeing the character progress and seeing his kind of softer side now Endwalker, definitely made it to my list there. So unanimous for Estinian. Estinian moves on. Let's go to...
Also, I just want to say, finding out his last name is Varlino, I don't know why. That just sounds cool to me.
Yeah. Well, they all have cool names.
Let's go to, on one side, we have Granson. Exactly. There's Granson. I will let the person who voted for Granson mention who Granson is. And on the other side, we have Hythlodaeus.
Oh, man. Is this even a fight? Oh.
So, Brandon, please explain to the class who Granson is.
Granson is the tank roll quest NPC in Shadowbringers. You spend the tank roll quest with him, basically resolved to avenging his wife who was murdered by one of the cardinal virtues. And in the end, he learns to let his hatred go, accept that his wife has passed on and resolved to continue living. I don't know why. That story just does a lot for me, okay? So he...
Yeah, I never did the tank one.
You never even saw the quest. You never even saw the character. Oh.
No, I didn't. I did all the other ones. I don't like tanking, so getting a tank to max level at whatever I'm playing, I'm just like, I don't want it. So sorry. I have no idea. Maybe he's great, but
I think he's great. I only barely ranked him above Hythlodaeus, and that's just because that kind of story, I don't know why, I just really enjoyed it. I fully accept I'm going to lose this one. Please continue.
Meagan, Ward, if either of you want to sing the praises of Hythlodaeus right now, feel free, but I almost feel like we can just move on here and wait to talk about it until there's a matchup worthy of talking about Hyth.
Yeah, okay.
I think,
Sure.
he's
I'll
just
save
like
my Hithriot for later.
the prettiest boy. And the one thing I will say that the hardest decision I ever had to make is when I had a wind up Hythlodaeus minion. I saw he was selling for 15 million gil. And I'm like, do I love Hythlodaeus as much as I love 15 million gil? I sat with that question for a good long while. So please continue.
Wait, did you sell him?
I like money.
Clearly, you care about our Asian.
It was really hard. It was really hard. Okay, I could buy like 3 airships for that much money.
It never made it to be an Asian. He got.
All right.
Sorry.
Next one should be an interesting one.
Oh, here we go.
In one corner, we have Thancred. This is Thancred.
I have words for Thancred.
Facing off against Thancred, also representing the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Gurahatia.
Oh my fuck off. You can't
Okay, man. I just seeded them the way the numbers put them, you know? It is what it is.
Okay, here's my problem with Thancred. If it was cutscene Thancred, this would be difficult. But it's not. Thancred looks 12 still.
Oh my god.
Like, he looks younger than Guraha, who is supposed to be, like, the young blood in the Scions. He looks like a baby. And he has an old man voice, and it's a little off-putting. And plus, I'm like, I want Thancred to be free and live his life as a dad, and also possibly he and Urianger can get married and raise Reed together. Thancred is I think it's because he's like such a weird flirt that I've always been like, no thank you.
He has big dad energy, though.
He does have dad. Well, he has dad energy now. He didn't when we first met him.
That's true.
But he was also being a sneaky creep when we first met him, but we didn't know.
Also true. Yes.
And Gurahatia wasn't?
Only when he was Crystal Exarching, not when we first met him.
Oh, man. Okay. You forget those quests? Where he's literally like off the distance and shouting like, come see me.
He did one incredibly dorky thing, which endeared him to me completely. That he was like,
then he was a whiny little biatch when Sid said, you can't go into the Crystal Tower with the Warrior of Light. I'm going to go to Tossie Station and pick up some power converters.
You don't like Luke Skywalker either?
I like Luke post him being a whiny biatch on Tatooine. Come on.
So then how come you don't like Guraha post being a whiny biatch at the Crystal Tower? Anyway.
Because he has other problems that make him a...
Guraha is the best. I don't think that this is really that much of a debate. I think even the game is like, here is your canon husbando.
Yeah.
He literally like made a time paradox
just to be with you.
Mm-hmm. He's like thirsty for you, but not in a creepy way, in like a really romantic way.
Hard disagree there.
Well, he didn't. He loves you, and so he sees you are going to be the one to save the world because that's how much he believes in you. And also, he's so fucking adorable. When he messed up his goddamn villain speech, he couldn't even keep it. He couldn't even be mean for 5 seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Brandon,
also,
I for time wise, because I'm sure we'll be talking about one of these characters more. Brandon, I want to give you some time on Thancred here before we go to Ward and myself.
Look, we all just got done talking about how angry we were about Urianger lying to us more than once. Guess who did that also, but in a much bigger way that cost us unimaginable pain and suffering, absorbing a crap ton of light warden ether. But
he saved the entire world. Urianger lied to us that it was kind of a stupid idea.
I mean, let's be fair. Urianger's lying to us did get the first saved, so I don't think that's an argument against it.
But
it's still terrible either way. But Thancred, sure, he's a flirtatious rogue, but he grows as a person to being a brooding dad and then to being an actual good dad. And frankly, he's been there for us the entire time of our journey, never lied to us, never been kind of weirdo creepy about it.
You think Thancred never lied to us?
When did Thancred lie to us? Tell me.
every day.
I guarantee you're remembering
because
it wrong.
He's banging people in the background and we don't know about it.
He literally never said he wasn't doing that. He literally never said that. Graha Tia is so goddamn overrated, and I will die on this hill. I vote Thancred. I'm out.
Ward.
I know it. If we were trying to rate like the best dads of Final Fantasy 14,
look,
then like
Graha is also a good dad.
Thancred would win hands down.
Okay.
I feel like Thancred's growth in like supporting Reen through the years, like that is growth as a character.
Look,
but I do think if we're looking at like husbando material, it's Graha Tia hands down.
Well, also Thancred's heart belongs to Minfilia, and we can't be like, hey, I'm going to make you forget about that.
That's true. I don't think there's as many characters. I don't think there's a single character in all Final Fantasy 14 that like ships themselves with the Warrior of Light as much as Graha Tia. And I don't even think Alice is up on there. It's like Alice is like the next one down, but not nearly as hard as Graha Tia.
Well, also Alice, you can say it's a schoolgirl crush because she is literally a schoolgirl.
That's true.
I take issue with the whole Thancred Minfilia thing because it wasn't there a couple times where it's pretty much made clear that he doesn't think of Minfilia exactly that way.
Well,
yes, absolutely.
That's what he says. That's not how he acts. Characters are not always 100% honest with their own feelings, even to themselves. And to me, quite clearly, Thancred and Minfilia were in love with each other, even though neither of them wanted to admit it, and both of them put the rest of the world first. And that's part of why their relationship is so tragic, because she lost her life, and he had to deal with that he had all these unsaid things that he never got to say to her, and all these things he imagined maybe he could do one day that they never got to be able to do, and why it was so strained for him in the beginning when he was raising Reen when she was still Minfilia, and he was having to like try not to project all of these unrequited, unfulfilled feelings onto this child that had nothing to do with it. Right. And also why it was so sweet and so beautiful that Minfilia got to talk to Reen, and that she let her have her own life. And like, that's also part of the bittersweet romance of it. Like, Minfilia gave up her chance to be with Thancred again, and like, oh, it's so sad. But like, it's sad because they were clearly in love with each other. And like, it doesn't just have to be like romantic or sexual love. I think they had like a full heart love for each other, and that's why they were willing to not be together when other things were more important were happening. But that's just me.
Deep.
So Ward, you're going for Graha, right?
For Husbando? Yeah. I got that.
For me, neither one was on my list. Graha's not on my list. Thancred's not on my list. I don't have a dog in this fight. So, in order to keep both from getting eliminated, I think I'm just going to side with Graha Tia on this one. God. I apologize, Brandon. I really could see it going either way personally, but I'd rather one of them make it out of this fight.
I have a feeling this is going to be repeating itself over and over again, but we'll see.
It might, but I mean, this was one where I didn't have a leaning either way because neither one was on my list. So with that, Graha advances. Let's go to Cedar Guru. And
are you talking about Sidurgu?
Oh, Dark Knight boy.
Yeah.
Sidurgu, sorry, I was, again, reading sometimes is a challenge for me. Sidurgu, and on the other side of Sidurgu, Erenville from Edward.
Oh, no, this is hard.
God damn it.
Look, it's like a cool character with like a nice story versus just pure hotness. Okay, Erenville is obviously a very beautiful Viera, and he has the voice with the sexy accent, and he like sasses you, and it's like, oh my god, I want to know more. And that's Sidurgu is like, hello, I'm dark and brooding, but I'm also taking care of a small child. And like he has a dark past, and like he was buddies with your sole roommate now.
That's not Frey. It's just a part of you that calls itself Frey for hilarious purposes.
But still, you know what I mean. Like,
I do know what you mean. Yes. God damn it! This is. I both of these guys were on my top 10, and I have one definitively ranked above the other, and this is still hard.
I think I'm gonna vote Erenville. Just he's too hot. I'm sorry. You call it recency bias. Also, I recently saw some really good fan art of Erenville.
I'm gonna say Erenville for me simply because I'm sorry because I only do a main. Unfortunately, I don't know who Sidurgu is because I didn't do that story, didn't experience. I have to go for Erenville simply because it's the only character of the two I really know, so I can't really judge.
I'd say the voice acting might also put him over the top. Like,
that's true. It gives you a lot more character depth.
And
it is a rough choice.
Accents, man. That's a very important criteria for me, apparently. Or like him and Lena both have really sexy accents, and it's the same accent. It's like an Icelandic accent. It's like, oh, that coming out of a tall, bunny person. Why is this so attractive?
Brandon, whatever way you decide to go with it, talk a little bit about Sidurgu because Sidurgu is only on your list and not on ours. So.
You went robot again there. I don't know if that matters, but let's just say Sidurgu is hard because I mean, he's got that whole dad thing going on, and I'm a dad myself, and I game respect game. I will admit that half the fun of the Dark Knight questline is beating up religious orthodoxy that's in charge of an entire nation. So running around beating up the corrupt temple knights with Sidurgu is. It's always a good time. There's something about his look with the pale skin and the super dark eyes that's kind of captivating.
Well, it's the Zayla with the white skin. I really like Zayla with white skin and Aura with dark skin because it's cool. It's a nice contrast. And for him, it's really neat because it ties into the whole Dark Knight thing. The really bright red eyes and the black scales and the white skin. It gives him kind of that almost vampire look, almost like undead look. And so you can see why somebody would see him coming and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at the same time, like you said, Erenville is he's hot. He's got that great voice. And I also have a thing for people who are really, really good at what they do. Yeah. And Erenville's king of the gleaners.
Yeah. I'm sure he would be really great with just animals in general. So cute.
Spending all the time with the marmots.
Yeah. Just Erenville collecting frogs. Why is that so cute?
I'm going to throw a vote Sidurgu's way just because I expect Erenville's going to win this. I'm not mad about it, but I think Sid deserves some... Sid. I think Sidurgu does deserve a bit of love, and if I have to be the one to give it to him for this particular tournament, I don't mind being that person.
Well, this is where I have to say you're not alone in that fight. I must say that I think a lot of the Erenville love is part recency bias and part the fact that all of his lines are voice acted, and so it gives his character a lot more depth that way. But you get to know Sidurgu over a lot more quests, and I'd say that while you're right, half of the fun is going along with him and beating up the corrupt priests in the Asgardian Orthodox Church. The other half is where you get to play with Moogles, and you get to see him where he has to be face to face dealing with Moogles on a daily basis, learning how to love from Moogles.
I forgot about that, and oh my god, you're so right.
That whole chain is where I'm like, okay, this is my guy. This is the guy I'm going to be going to bat with the whole time, and so that's why it's I have to go with him. I mean, I'm sure that Erenville will get more time, and maybe my feelings will change as we get to have more time with Erenville. But I mean, Sidurgu, just for that much, I got to go with him.
Oh my god! So we have a tie.
I threw that vote Sidurgu's way because I expected him to lose handily. Okay.
All right. Is anyone going to switch? Does anyone feel compelled to switch? I can't switch to Sudurgu because I know nothing about the character. So I'm staying with Erenville.
I also want to stay with Erenville, but I don't want them both to get eliminated.
I think it's also because I don't know if you've actually done all of those
No, I
Dark
haven't
Knight
done
quests.
the whole thing.
You've only done like the beginning Dark Knight quests. So
I
you haven't seen the whole Moogle arc.
I do think that male Aura are really underrated for hotness. Fine, I will switch. Well, we will have an upset, and it will be Sudurgu. Fine. I'm sorry, Erenville.
That may be the title of this episode. I'm sorry, Erenville.
Oh man.
He's so hot.
I do think he's definitely going to get more screen time. Like as the MSQ goes on, there's no way that the like itinerant collector that travels the entire world is not going to be somebody we run into in like the New World or Mercidia or wherever the hell we're going next.
Yeah, I mean, like, there wasn't necessarily a big reason that they had to make him a voiced character. So if they're giving him a voice, they must have plans. Just like Zero, they have plans for Zero, you know? So, yeah, I agree there. All right, moving on. Next up, this should bring some laughs, if nothing else. On one side, we have Amaric.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, we have Xenos. I told you to get some laughs.
Who else picked Xenos? That's what I want to know. It can't have just been me because he was not very high on my list.
Nope.
Oh jeez.
Who picked Xenos?
I don't believe he was on my list.
Was it you, Will? Did you do this?
I think there must have been another hand at work.
So I guess I said I was going to avoid mentioning scores and stuff here, but it's the 16th seed.
Okay, he just squeezed in. Okay.
Look. Okay. I guess I'm the only one that's like, haha, Xeno. I'm not going to vote for Xenos. Yes, Amaric. Jesus Christ. But at least let me explain myself.
Defend yourself.
Please explain your degeneracy. I
There's something sexy about being obsessed over, okay?
Oh.
Also, I like to pretend that he actually had a juicy booty, like we thought in Stormblood.
It turned out to be such a lie, though.
Also, I don't know. I kind of liked that his full story arc was like completed, and like he never got any what do you call it? Redemption. I kind of enjoyed that. I was like,
a reason to husbando the guy.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, but like, if the Warrior of Light had been like, okay, Xenos, I will give you my full attention, and then beat him up, and then like patched him up, and then like married him, and like made him be good, he could have been good. You don't know. Also, unique model, also a very attractive unique model. Look,
No.
there's not enough big nose representation, and it's very. I'm not saying that this is a good choice. I'm not saying it's a wise choice. I'm just saying it's a choice, and I understand.
Oh boy.
Also, I cannot go one day without my Twitter timeline showing me some big Xenospara titties, okay? I'm not above influence.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure this is 3-1, gentlemen.
Oh no, I'm not voting for Xenos. I'm still voting for
so
Emmerich.
it's 4-0. Okay.
I just wanted to explain myself.
I want to rage so hard at this jackass even being in the tournament. But honestly, just like the entirety of his time in Endwalker, he's not worth my fucking time. Amaric wins. Let's move on.
Moving on, because I am a bit robotic here, so I may not be talking a hell of a lot here. On one side, we have Lurik. On the other side, we have Harshafont Ward. Tell me why Lurik, and who is Lurik, because I don't know who Lurik is.
Oh, man.
Lurik is? Did you do any of these questions?
Lurik was...
I don't want to hear that from somebody who didn't know who Granson was, okay? Same quest chain.
Didn't do one, okay?
And you didn't do the tank one. Lurik was, I believe, the physical DPS?
Yeah,
He was.
He's a physical DPS.
I was a bard at the time.
Role quest giver in Shadowbringers, and so he's someone who is the child of two wealthy. Oh God, they're not Mikate.
Yulmarans.
Yes, Yulmarans. I'm trying to remember what they're. Miztail? Yes. Yeah. So he's like extremely wealthy Miztail.
He's like if oh God, what's the other Miztail couple that we get to know? He's like almost like if they had a kid. So, he's a spoiled brat. Oh. But that's what's cute about him.
Absolute spoiled brat. He runs around in like the frilliest clothing with a bow that I have no idea who let him buy that bow.
But he's also like really sad and he wants real friends, but he doesn't know how to get them because
the only way he can have friends is by throwing money at them. But those aren't real friends. Those are people who just want his money.
And so the fact that you actually like hang out with him and spend time with him and become his friend, like he grows a lot and he's very cute at the end, but he's still a little bit bratty. And
also, I love one of the parts of like the meta questing is like he actually does like give you gil at the end of these quest chains, mm-hmm. and so he's like, hold on, we'll hang out again, but I need to work up some money first so you can hang out with me again. So just come back later and we'll be able to hang out again because I'll have money to spend on you so you can be with me.
It's so sad.
Okay, bye.
I feel like he's one of those, like, you want to husbando him just to, like, save him and show him what actual love is.
Oh, exactly. And, like, the only other person he spends time with, like, outside of you is his nursemaid, mm-hmm. who, of course, like, after he grew up, there is no reason for his parents to, like, employ her anymore, so they just threw her out of Yulmore.
Mm-hmm.
So she's at the Gate Town.
Mm-hmm.
She's at the Gate Town just, like, trying to subsist on the meal.
Yeah. And he's like trying to like see her and help her because he's a good guy. He just got raised in a really shitty situation,
and like he doesn't know how to deal with the outside world, and like you try to help him through that,
which ties a lot into like Yulmore as a whole. Like nobody there knows what the fuck is right. Like
everything is so skewed.
Yeah, and also he's just really cute. He's a really cute cat boy, and
yes. He's also quite fancy as he's running around his little, like, frilly vest.
I do think it's unfair that he's like against Halfshot.
I was going to say, you guys can sing his praises all you want. Are you going to vote for him against Harshafont?
Well,
are you really?
I might, because you can actually have a future with Lyric. Look, I love our beautiful flirty elf friend, our BFF gone too soon, but like he is gone and he's been gone for a while.
I don't see you using that argument against Ardbert earlier in the tournament. Just saying.
No, Arbert's still with you, man. You didn't get that part.
He's fused with you. He doesn't exist anymore.
No, he does still exist. How did you talk to friggin' Seto?
Ardbert's inside you.
Ardbert's in your heart. You probably dream about him like every night, if that's how you want it to go.
Oh man. Well, I think that like of all the time that has passed since Heaven's Ward, it's clear that the Warrior of Light at least has not let Hashfont go. Because it's like every time that you get an option to bring up the lines and like
the
re-quote
things
him.
I've lost.
Yeah, and like all the times you had a chance to like re-quote him and bring his memory back to life for you and like retelling his story to other people. It's clear that like for the Warrior of Light, the Warrior of Light would find Havashon as his husbando.
Yeah,
but I'm not the Warrior of Light.
No, I'm not. I have a real catboy weakness.
Yeah,
I have a animal ear weakness in general.
So we have two for Lurik.
I think that's yes for me. Is it yes for you, Meagan?
Yeah. I don't.
All right. I have to go with Harshafont for the same reason that I could not go for this Siguru. I did no knowledge of the Lurik questline. I know you've explained who Lurik is, and some of the stuff is great, but man, it's Harshafont. I wish I could be more verbose, but I can't. It's Harshafont for me. Brandon?
I changed last time, but I want to again.
I don't mind being Lurik's friend to try and like show him what real friendship is, but showing him what real love is a bridge too far.
He's
And
so
especially
cute.
no, he's not. He annoys the piss out of me. I don't like him at all. He's the
a
one
handsome
role
boy.
I feel like you just have an anti-cat boy bias.
Yeah, you just hate cat boys.
If they weren't also freaking annoying. Also, just for the record, which one of us put Zerhun Tia super high on his list? That would be me. So no.
He's a cat man.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So you have an anti-cat boy bias.
Yeah.
Yes, I will fully admit that because all of them are so whiny and needy and just messed up in ways I don't want to deal with.
Would you like to take care of someone sometimes?
Yes, I do.
It's a project.
Oh.
I don't have that much time or energy to give to that level of a project.
Oh, and you
He
think
can do more
Harfashot is
problems.
in needy? Oh my god.
He has needs.
That does have
His needs are of an entirely different matter. And you and I both know that.
All right, yeah. Harfashot wants to cross lances. Let's just the second he sees you, he's like, oh!
Damn straight. You know what? Part of me feels pretty darn good about that, so Harshafont wins.
All right, I'll swish fucking Harfashot. Fine.
Damn right you will, and you know it's right.
I do stand a thirsty king.
I think next year we need to group waifus and husbandos like by race or something, or just have a Mikote division and a Vieira division. It just yeah. All right. Next
Mikote bracket. Yeah.
Mikote bracket. There you go. On one side, we have Vritra.
What? My best boy. You don't like Vritra?
Yep.
Okay. Who's on the opposite?
Oh, you're Brandy, you're gonna love this. It's Emmett Selk.
Monster fucker and grandpa fucker. Choose.
Oh, jeez.
I hate you so much right now.
I did not put Emmett Selk on my list. This was not me.
Man.
You cannot blame me for this.
So, Brandon, I'm going to let you go first.
I'm not fucking voting. No.
Oh.
I am sitting this round out in protest.
No, you gotta. You have to choose.
There's no
abstaining.
Exactly.
You gotta.
Down one side of the aisle.
You gotta.
God damn it.
Pick the dragon. You know you want to. He's got a human construct. If you're uncomfortable with the other part.
I am. Very much so. That's the only reason this is even a hard choice.
I'm not saying you have to do him in dragon.
Oh my god.
But half the time he's a little kid and that makes it weird.
No, he grew up. It's fine.
Not permanently.
Look,
man.
He just keeps the kid around for backup. He's not going to bring the kid in the bedroom, I promise, all right?
The creepier part, I have to say this, is that Vritra chose the boy model. It was his alchemist that surprised him with the adult model. Like, you know what? I think it's a little weird for you to keep rocking around as a boy. Let's glow you up a little bit. Let's give you an adult body to walk around with.
Look,
that's not his choice. That's not his choice.
I'm here for full-on dragon fucking.
No, for the love of God, fine. I'm only doing this. Only doing this because his tempering version is not a complete douchebag. Okay, that's it. If we were doing this before Endwalker, I would pick Vritra. Well, I wouldn't pick Vritra because he wouldn't be here with no song at all. But
you are pre-sundered Emmett Selk.
Yes, I'm going with Emmett Selk only on the condition that it's pre-sundered Emmett Selk. Because no, I cannot do Vritra. I don't care how good a person he is, and he is. I'm not gonna side on that with the whole. I walk around as a giant dragon that will tear you in half if we do anything in the bedroom. And the little kid, I can't do it.
Look. follow Saint Shiva. She was a trailblazer.
Oh my God.
She made it work. There has to be a way.
Yes, it's called getting eaten. Are you into Vore too, Meagan?
No, I'm not. And she wasn't eaten by the one she loved.
Man.
She got eaten by
Yes, she
somebody
was.
else.
Yes, she was.
Well, okay, if that's how I go out, fine.
Ward, I think you know
They
how.
can write on my tombstone. She died doing what she loved. Rita.
Oh.
I think we know what side Meagan's taking. Ward, I need to know what side you're on.
Also, just for the record, Shiva didn't love Ritra. She loved a freaking
Yeah, she was her
Grace
Graceful
Velger,
Guard.
yeah.
Grace Velger, yeah.
And they made it work.
Yes.
They
Again, with Vore.
that's not how it started.
Okay.
They fucked at least once.
Oh boy.
Do you have any proof of that?
Let's ask you,
oh.
Sale.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's the whole reason Ishgardians have dragon blood, isn't it? Fuck.
Yeah, it is, baby. The entire Ishgardian religion is like dragons are too fucking sexy.
You gotta abstain.
Don't give in to those sexy, sexy dragons.
Oh man.
Ward,
Literally.
Yes,
that's what
I think if we are gonna be drawing the distinction of pre-sundering, then it's definitely.
Oh, come on, no. All of Emmett Selk. Bullshit. Bullshit. Complete Emmett Selk package, including Mr. I shoot you in the back like a telenovela.
Oh boy.
Oh, you know what? You know what? Just because he put a bullet in Rahatia, I'll accept this.
Oh man.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, so Emmett for you.
That would be it. Yes.
Well, Meagan, Emmett Selk was number 1 on my list.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You bunch of grandpa fuckers.
I will say for me, if it weren't for his role in Endwalker and the experience in Endwalker, he'd be much lower on my list, but still on my list, even as a villain. Sorry, Brandon. But
You didn't
Meagan,
even pick him on my list.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. No grandpas.
I hate to disappoint you, but Ritra's not making it. Emmett's going further. How much further, I do not know.
What if we did Varshad? Come on. The adult one.
Who's cherry picking which version now?
Oh man.
Let me have my dragon.
Randy, you're not the only one who's suffering pain.
Hey, Meagan, you want your dragon? Not a chance in Hades.
Just because that's where you want to be.
Okay. Next rounds need to be a little bit faster, but we've talked a lot about them already. But we're going to start with the one who includes one we haven't talked about too much. So we have Hithlezeus on one side, and on the other side we have Estinian. Let's go.
Oh, Hith. 1000%.
Oh no.
Like, Hith is gorgeous, friendly, tragic. Also, like, I don't know. Just the sadness that he was stuck, barely, like, losing his mind and everything all through time, and then he finally got to come back to himself. And also, the fact that Emmett Selk loved him this entire time is I think, shows his character that he was a very good husbando to Emmett back in the day. And I don't give a fuck about breaking them up, because unlike you fuckers, I don't like Emmett Selk.
I don't like him either, but when you put him on the other side of a freaking dragon, what choice do you leave me?
Dragon fucking, that's the choice I leave.
No.
Get on it. We're going to make a special saddle.
Jesus.
Oh, that's an epic mount, baby.
Oh my fuck.
What's the point of being the warrior of light if you can't go where no one has gone before?
Jesus.
So Hithlezeus for you easily, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. It's also Hithlezeus easily for me. Hithlezeus was like 3 on my list.
He's just so charming. Like, you know that if you lived with Hythlodaeus, if you lived with Hythlodaeus, it would be like fun all the time. You get to have little jokes and chats and teas, and he's just a very pleasant, very calming presence. Might be good for some of us.
Calming presence, really? All the madness he pulls.
Well, who the hell else is gonna like deal with them itself? Well, okay, if he does pull he knows how to push people's buttons, but in a jovial way, which even Emmett Selk cannot hate, and he hates everything.
Brandon, who's your vote for?
I'm looking at my ranking, and I did initially have Estinian higher, but I think I'm going to pull a reversal and say, yeah, I agree with Hythlodaeus. The one downside he has is that he was in favor of the whole Zodiac plan, which is kind of a strike against him.
But I still think he knew that well, or he didn't know very good. He's not super smart.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, I'll flip flop and go Hythlodaeus.
All right, Ward, anything you want to say about Estinian before we move on?
I just feel like these were my number two and number one, number two. So it's like it's so hard for me to just be like just a hair more than the other. But Estinian is my number one. I think you were saying about like, that he spent so long like trying to come back to himself, and like for a second I was talking about, are you talking about Estinian, like where he got taken over by
That's true.
by Nidhogg, and they had to like come back to himself and face all the things he had done before, and he still finds a way to like be jovial and be friendly and like take care of little kids and like
I'm not saying Estinian's bad. He's just
it's just not Hythlodaeus for you.
Just doesn't. He doesn't look that fucking model. Okay, number one, Hythlodaeus has a unique model that is gorgeous. Just probably second only to Vana in terms of like, oh my god.
Okay, I got you. You got me there. Yeah.
And I feel like I would have more fun with Hythlodaeus.
Okay.
Not that I wouldn't have fun with Estinian, but it'd be a different kind of fun.
All right.
I know Matt voted. All right. Okay.
Hythlodaeus moves on. Next up, I'm going to say who I picked for first, and this is going to be bloody, and Brandon's going to get very upset.
Oh no! Ro.
I'm sorry, Ro. I missed all of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is
one more time.
Grahatia, and I vote for Grahatia.
Wait, we couldn't hear anything you just said. Ro, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you.
Sorry. Start over from
Moving on. Okay. Next one. Sorry, Brandon, but it's Harshavat versus Grahatia. I'm picking Grahatia.
Yeah, Graha. Graha is just like, he's so romantic and he has such, Harshavat sacrificed himself for us once. Graha has attempted to sacrifice himself for us
multiple times. He's just not very good at it.
Yeah, he's just less successful.
Yeah. So like the spirit is there.
Yeah. Yeah. I just while I do love Harshavat and I do love his thirsty energy, Graha has like gone beyond thirst into like soul need.
Yeah, he really wanted you for how many hundreds of years?
Yeah, man, that's so fucking romantic.
Oh man,
pining is romantic, and nobody has pined harder.
It's true.
Than Graha, and yeah, just the fact that he like the whole like Sleeping Beauty tower thing. Oh my god, that's so romantic. Like when you go back to wake him up, and then he gets to like live his happy life. Oh, it's so cute. It's so sweet. And also he's just a very cute character, and that his voice acting is incredible. That's the thing that I like the most about
I'm so glad we're going to get more of that.
Yeah. I think he probably, like, when he says, like, the soft romantic stuff in that voice, holy shit. Love it. Like, 10 out of 10. Strangely quiet.
Brandon, go for it.
Grahatia introduces himself by being annoying and then whiny. And then he proceeds to yank you without your consent across time and space. and then subject you with
To
lies.
save the world,
I
not
think you're
just
missing
the
some parts of the
world.
middle there too.
All the
I-
worlds. Not to
I don't-
mention, you got to have fun adventures with him at the Crystal Tower, and it was a lot of fun. And it was
That
cool.
was not fun. He was the most annoying part of that entire expedition.
No, he was not. Just because you hate cat boys doesn't mean that it wasn't fun.
Once again, I don't hate cat boys. Zirhuntia again.
Sergio's a cat man.
Catman is a difference.
Look,
Fine. You know what? I
he
prefer
was
men over
immature
boys.
because
You
he
want-
was literally a fresh graduate student. Also, he lived in Charlotte all his life, so we know what Charlotte's are like.
That's a good
I
point.
found his,
There isn't a balanced person that comes out of that place.
Look,
I'm just going to say that.
I found his dorky, like, hello, boy, I've heard tales of you. I thought that was adorable. And the fact that he's later embarrassed about it
Oh, yeah.
is just icing
Yeah, as
on
well
the
he
cake.
should be.
Yeah, he learned, he grew, he matured,
Mhm.
and he was still cute as a dork. But to me, what really made me be like, oh, 10 out of 10 husbando is when you're going around as a slaw, like unlocking shit with him, and he is gonna do it to you again, and then you call him out, and he's like, yeah, okay, that was cringy as fuck. Sorry, I just thought you were so cool. And I'm like, oh, he's become self-aware. I love him.
You can
All right.
rant as much as you want. You're not changing my mind. Harshafont wins.
Harshafat may win for you, but I think it's 3-1 for Grahatia, yes?
Yeah.
My boy.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Next one. This one should be pretty quick because, I know when I've been beat here. Amric versus Emmett. I know when I've been beat. I'm going to say Emmett, but feel free to all three of you vote for Amric right now. I know when I've been beat.
Jeez. It's like, do you want this delicious parfait or a slap in the face?
Hey, some people like a slap in the face.
Some people do, and power to them, but it is not me. Emmerich is just, he's gorgeous, number one. Number two,
Yep.
he's like kind and responsible, and like, but he's also like trying to build a more egalitarian society. We stand a socialist king.
Mhm.
He's tearing down this
right.
horrible
Amric is high on my list. I'm voting for Emmett simply because Emmett was number one on my list, so I have to give him my vote. But Amric was high up there too. So I think we
Also-
can quickly.
Emmerich's
ahead.
voice. Jesus.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Also, I love the fact that he's just hanging out. Is it Imperium? Is that
Yeah.
the name of the place, or is it?
Yeah, he goes out in a blue elephant suit
Blue
to like
elephant
mingle with
costume.
people. Oh, he's
Because
so
he wants to
cute.
join in the celebration, but he doesn't want to put people out. They're
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey, here's Emmerich, the hero of Ishgard, just hanging out here with you guys."
Yeah.
Like, no, enjoy the festivities. People just ignore the fact the blue elephant is just running around.
We stand
It's
a socially conscious
It's your
king.
sword. It's your sword.
Oh,
You don't even put it in a sheath. We know it's you.
that's the thing. I love that he is like he has to be serious, but he also clearly has like a dorky side to him,
Mhm.
and like that's so charming. And also just the fact that he keeps like asking you on dates.
We do
Awesome.
have dinner with him.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All
He's
right.
always
Last
also best hair. Emmerich, best hair.
It's true.
last quarterfinal, Siguru and Ardbert. I made it clear who I'm going to vote for because I don't know who Siguru is. So, Brandon, how about you?
This is a hard one, sort of, but I'm gonna give it to Sid for all the reasons I voted for him last time, and for all the reasons I didn't vote for Ardbert last time.
Mm.
I really like Sidurgu. Ardbert is I don't know, the fact that we're kind of part of the same soul now, and we were in the beginning, is a little bit weird to
Soul
me.
meat, baby.
I don't care. Sidurgu is still the more interesting dude for me. He wins.
More
All right,
interesting
Ward.
than Ardbert?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh man.
To be
It's-
fair, I also spent a very long time thinking of Ardbert and his fellow Warriors of Darkness as villains, and you guys know I hate villain romancing, so there's a lot to overcome there that I'll admit I haven't gotten over, but also, I don't know, Sidurgu has dad energy, I'm a dad, game recognized game.
Yeah, man. It is rough because these are pretty close in my mind. I just think that because Ardbert is like your mirror. It's like it's supposed to be you of the first. It's that you have to like you see yourself in him and like everything he does is like, oh yes, he is an adventurer,
So
loving
it's
to
technically
explore.
not gay.
What?
If you fuck yourself, is it gay?
Oh Jesus!
Or is it just really complicated masturbation?
But it's like he's out there living his best life, exploring, getting tricked by the Asians as you do, and all the things that he's doing. Like as a villain, is him just being misled and like, yeah, he's pretty dumb. But I think it's pretty clear.
Oh, we
that
stand
all
a
the people,
himbo. Come on,
all the people of the first are 1/7 us, including into their intellect.
So it was kind of unfair.
And it is a pretty unfair comparison. Like the height of their technology is golems. It's like the best technology you can think of is like, what if I could make a robot do it for me? And like that's the height of their technology. Like,
And not even a robot. It's more like a pile of rocks.
What if I make rock
magic.
man?
yeah, that's
Man make thing.
So
make
it's-
man rock.
I know. And so like seeing that he could get tricked, it's like, yeah, if we didn't have a lot of like good science helping us out and like leading us through all of the trickery, could we have been tricked too? We've been tricked before. I give him a pass on that one, so it has to go to Ardbert. As much as I love Sid, it goes to Ardbert.
To me, it's got to be Ardbert. Pure soul connection, and like I got to go back to the soulmates thing. Like you now have a husbando in your heart. You'll never be alone again.
Okay.
Also, he's just cute.
We're going to throw Ardbert right back into the thick of it, into our
Oh, boy.
semifinals. Ardbert
Oh,
versus
boy.
Emmerich. Meagan, go.
Versus Emmerich.
Amric, wow.
Emmerich. Yep.
Hard, difficult. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Ardbert.
Really?
Yeah, I know. It kind of surprises me too. I don't know. I
You
feel
don't want
like
to go for the pretty boy?
he's so pretty and he's so perfect. Also, he would never have any time for you. He would be working all the time. Ardbert would be with you all the time.
Mhm.
So
Because he doesn't have a bloody choice.
yeah, and he loves me. So sometimes people like neediness.
Oh,
Sometimes it's called romance. Look at I'm sweaty.
All right. I'm going to chime in here with my vote. Originally Ardbert was higher on my list than Emmerich, but in this specific matchup, I have to go with Emmerich here. I don't know, man. Emmerich made time for you. He would be able to make time for you further. Also, Emmerich, I think in a husbando, I want a husbando that's very low maintenance. Emmerich comes across as very low maintenance. Ardbert,
literally can't touch him.
I think Ardbert,
He doesn't even poop.
I think Ardbert would drive me a little nuts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I like the challenge.
Yeah, you do. But my
would
vote
also-
definitely with Emmerich.
I like a tragedy. I like a challenge. I think that life with Emmerich would probably be easy because he's too perfect, and yeah. But he's also, I feel like he would like be too, like you wouldn't get to see him as much as you wanted. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think
he'd be like, let's sit in the same room while I do paperwork. And it's like, this isn't actually a date, but okay.
Then
I'm just
there's the
drinking tea while
challenge
you're
of help.
working. Ugh.
You want a challenge? Distract Emmerich from working. That's like freaking romance extreme in FF14.
Mm.
Brandon, your Emmerich guy.
Give me my sexy elf man. Yes.
Ugh.
He is the sexiest elf man. That is true.
And let us not forget, overthrew a religious freaking what is the word I'm looking for? Crap. I feel like I forgot this again.
Theocracy?
Basically, yeah, theocracy. Thank you. He overthrew a religious theocracy for you, helmed by his father. That man is devoted. I appreciate that.
You know that Catholics are into crazy shit behind closed doors. So.
Ward,
Oh, jeez.
settle it.
Man, I still have to stick with Ardbert. I still have to stick with Ardbert. I have to stick with Ardbert because I feel like with all the time we spend with Vanilla, you see how much chemistry there is with like-minded individuals with similar beliefs, and I feel like with Ardbert there, he is your counterpart. It's like he's the one that you're going to spend all the time with, whether you want to or not. He's the one that you're going to go on adventures with that like is spurring you on to do great deeds, to see the world that's out there. And while Emmerich is cute and will want to drink all the tea with you and has done all these things for you, he's married to his work.
Yeah.
He has a whole country to run that he needs to do. Otherwise, it's just going to go back in the hands of the church. And so I just, let him live his own life. Ardbert doesn't have his own life to live. Ardbert is your life to live. So that's why it's Ardbert.
Well, this is what we're going to do. Since we still have a couple of matchups to talk about between Hith and Graha, and then the winner of that against the winner of this, and we have a 2-2 tie here, we're already running a little bit long. So, just like how March Madness tends to finish in April, this will also finish in April. So we are gonna keep the Hith and Graha conversation for April, and we will continue the Emmerich Ardbert debate in April. See if anyone swings over, and if we remain at a 2-2 deadlock between these two, then it's all going to be between Hith and Graha. And
PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, so get your presentation, your PowerPoint slideshow ready. If anyone listening to the show wants to throw in their comments, you can email us at apodcastreborn@gmail.com. I'd love to hear which one you think we should choose for our Husbando winner as well. But yeah, I think this is rather than spend another hour for this and causing me to be late for stuff. I have to cut things off short, and I don't want to be too short and blunt with these final matches because it's important. This is the Husbando Hullabaloo. This is big business. Also, I gotta talk to my sports bookie. All right. That is going to do it for episode 33. Ward, thank you again for being with us. Of course, you are invited to be on the next episode as well for us to finish this up. And if people want to find you, they can pretty much just follow Meagan.
True. Yes. I am like Ardbert. I am like her soul piece. It's just grafted onto her. That like we're together everywhere, and so it's like I'm just sort of like a shadow that sometimes you see. It's like not really there most of the time, but you speak to the warrior of light, and then you kind of get Ardbert along with her.
Fair enough. All right, Meagan, where can people find your Cat Mom shenanigans and much more?
At Cat Mom Meagan, that's Meagan, and it's all one word on Twitter. There I have links to my Tumblr and my webcomic and everything that I am doing, which is a little bit more than I used to be doing, but I've not completely ramped back up again, but doing my best.
All right. And Brandon, as you're preparing to help me in the defense of Emmerich, where can we find you?
At the BMAT, THEBMATT, pretty much everywhere. If you go to my Twitter, there's a link to everything that I've got going on, including my D&D podcast with Ro GMing us. It is called +5 to Hit. It is a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see where we go when we record tomorrow evening.
Yes. I am very excited about the next part. It should be a lot of fun. Do check that out. You can follow me on Twitter at PodcasterRo. That's Podcaster RHO. You can follow this show on Twitter at Podcast Reborn. And like I said, you can email us at apodcastreborn@gmail.com. Let us know about what you think about our picks so far and who you'd vote for in this final four here. And if you think that we made some bad choices, I'm sure we have.
That's basically my middle name.
Meagan, Bad Choices Cat Mom. There you go.
Yes.
Cat Mom, Bad Choices Meagan. But yeah, that works.
Yeah, there you go. The music for this show, of course, is from Alex McCullough. Check out his YouTube channel for some more great music. You can find a link to it in the show notes for this podcast. And, of course, any music that's derivative of Final Fantasy XIV music that you hear on this show belongs to Square Enix, and no copyright infringement is intended. Don't forget to check us out on Bonus Roll Productions at bonusroll.gg, and you can find our store there to find some sweet merch. That's going to do it for now. For Meagan, for Ward, for Brandon, and of course for Her Royal Highness Butterscotch, this is Brian Black. Until next time, may your loot rolls be high, your glamour fantastic, and your duties always complete. Brandon?
Did you guys know that there's a new collaboration coming between FF14 and the car company Nissan? Yeah, they're going to actually put the car company inside Garlemald itself with their most popular car model, the Ultima weapon.
Oh.
That was
I'd still buy it. I'd still buy it.
I mean,
journey.
I'd like to drive around a freaking giant, death machine mech. Yeah, let's do it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.